Good morning and welcome to our weekly scripture reading. As you know, throughout the season of Lent, we are talking about spiritual disciplines that are important for a life of faith. One of those is scripture reading. And so today we're going to be looking at another psalm. The Psalms, as we've been sort of looking at, are one of the best places for us to begin in sort of our daily scripture readings. They're really easy to sort of flip through and find little nuggets of beautiful words and wisdom throughout each of them. So I would encourage you to continue this spiritual practice throughout the week ahead. But today we're going to look at Psalm 107, and we're going to look specifically at verses 1 through 22. So as I read this psalm, I'll invite you to listen for words or phrases that stick out to you. For those words or phrases that do stick out to you, consider what they might mean to you. And then lastly, reflect on where you feel God calling you to respond. So hear now a word from God. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, those he redeemed from the trouble and gathered in from the lands, from the east and from the west, from the north and from the south. Some wandered in desert waste, finding no way to an inhabited town. Hungry and thirsty, their soul fainted within them. Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them from their distress. He led them by a straight way until they reached an inhabited town. Let them thank the Lord for his steadfast love, for his wonderful works to the humankind. For he satisfies the thirsty, and the hungry he fills with good things. Some sat in darkness and in gloom, prisoners in misery and in irons, for they had rebelled against the words of God, and spurned the counsel of the Most High. Their hearts were bowed down with hard labor. They fell down with no one to help. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he saved them from their distress. He brought them out of darkness and gloom, and broke their bonds asunder. Let them thank the Lord for his steadfast love, for his wonderful works to humankind. For he shatters the door of bronze and cuts into the bars of iron. Some were sick through their sinful ways, and because of their iniquities endured affliction. They loathed any kind of food, and they drew near to the gates of death. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he saved them from their distress. He sent out his word and healed them, and delivered them from destruction. Let them thank the Lord for his steadfast love, for his wonderful works to humankind. And let them offer thanksgiving sacrifices, and tell of his deeds with songs of joy. So again, I invite you to think about words or phrases that you just heard that maybe stood out to you. Reflect a little bit on what they might mean to you, and then consider where you feel God calling you to respond. So thanks for tuning in today for our morning scripture reading. I hope that you will have a wonderful rest of your week and blessings on the rest of your day. See you soon.